Welcome back. So I've had a few people ask me what I'm going to do for maintenance underneath the top deck. As you should be aware, the top deck goes across the top of of my figure eight, which is my reverse loops for the layout, which allows me to take trains and change the direction that they're traveling without having to take them off the layout and reverse them, which works quite well. I've got previous videos showing that. But I've had, like I say, I've had some people ask me, what am I going to do when I need to do maintenance on the lower track, or if there's a derailment on the lower track while doing the using the figure eight. And so I thought I would show you how I'm going to do that. What I've done to the top deck to allow me to remove a large portion of it so that I can get to the lower deck. So if you bear with me a second, we'll take a look at that. So as you can see here, get a little bit closer, going across the top deck right here, I've got a joint. It goes across right here, comes over here, goes across over here, and then continues off to the other side of the track. Okay, and looking at this, I can actually take off this portion of the track. It has normal joiners on it, and then if you look closely, you'll see that there's no joiners here. And there's no joiners here. These are just lined up. The track is just lined up with each other so that it allows the locomotive to go across the joint, which works quite well. It doesn't need to have joiners there as long as the track is lined up perfectly. As you can see, the train is going to come across here and just carry on. And then on the other side, all the way down here, I've got a joint that goes all the way across the track, so it goes from here, it goes across here, and as you can see there's joiners there, and then it goes over to here, and there's joiners there, and it goes over here, and I have joiners here. And those joiners have been trimmed so that they slide in and out without having the locks to keep them in place, because they're really not needed. And if you'll bear with me, I'll show you what this looks like when I take the top off. Okay, so to take the top off, all I need to do is lift up on this side very carefully, and then disconnect unslide the track out from this side, and then the entire top section of the track comes off. And now I can do maintenance on the underside of the track. So now my figure eight is completely exposed. If I need to, I can replace track. I can clean track. Obviously, my train is going to run off the edge of the layout. Yeah, this works quite well. I'm still in the process of I'm still thinking about putting in some keys for the track to drop down into on this side, because it does float. Right now it's just friction that keeps it in place, but I'm thinking about maybe putting some keys underneath the track so that when it comes down it lines up at an exact point. Chances are I'm not going to do that, because this is actually working quite well. The friction, there's a lot of friction here. There's a lot of deck here that the track sits on, and it works quite well. So anyway, people were asking me how I was going to do maintenance under the track, and this is how I do it. Just to give you an idea so others can use a similar idea. All the track that you see on the top deck is glued in place, and so it can't move. So it works quite well. I can remove the track, which isn't going to happen very often, but if I do need to remove the track, this allows me to do that, and it allows me to get underneath right now and complete the layout, which, like I say, there's going to be probably some manufacturing underneath the deck. As you can see, I've got, right over here, I've got a little, switcher with a caboose behind it, just for grins, but normally this is just going to sit here for the switcher to be in place. And but there's going to be some sort of manufacturing or industry underneath the second level that you'll be able to see from the front here. Obviously in the back, chances are you won't see anything, but because very rarely anybody's going to be on the back side of the layout. But this works quite well. Just give everybody an idea. Everybody stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon.